Gonna open up the Origins Mossman figure. Fully flocked and fuzzy, and we'll have a smell of it, see if it has a fresh scent of pine. But there's a lot of other little details I want to go over when we open this up with accessories and the head and all this stuff. Quick look at the box. We got Eternia showing off in the background here. Weird little guy here, and a tree that has seen some serious stuff on the side here. Some foliage on one side, and there is no way, this has got to be the end of showing stuff they're going to make later. There's no way they're going to make this Brontosaurus thing for Origins. It was like gigantic, and it was just like a dino, and it happened to have like one little seat for a dude with a turret. There's just no way they're going to make that. But a very beautiful, full artwork on the back. There's no previewed figures or anything like that. No text. Very much like an exclusive. This is a Wal-Mart exclusive. Some snake men on the back. Mossman wearing his armor, and with his strange weapon here we'll have to talk about when we get it opened up, which is right now. Ah, geez, I can smell something already. This is why I didn't really want any strange stuff in my collection like this. Let's just get out of the way now here. Oh god, yeah, it smells more like some cooking spice, like oregano, more than pine, I suppose. But you do have to be close at least to smell it, so hopefully you won't stink up too much. Here's the ruined and folded comic book in the back. Thanks a lot. Poison from the stars. But at least I actually got the US version, since this is a Walmart one, so it has all the text. And read the little story. Looks like Mossman is dealing with the Snake Men, and the Snake Men are using those sweet dino vehicles from the old toy line. I would be very shocked if they made them for Origins. That would be absolutely crazy. But there's Mossman's little comic. Nothing on the back, since again it's not previewing any of the rest of the line. So let's get our stinky Mossman here. Which again, I'm almost like afraid to touch it, because I mean this stuff's gonna come off if you wear it down a lot. You can see all the older versions kind of worn and stuff, but this one has a very bright green. I'm not sure if the original from the 80s would be bright like this. I mean now you see pictures of them, they're very dark, but that might just be from age. But all the articulation there of the Origins line, moving okay. I don't see anything like super flaking off from it right now, but I avoided getting the flocked Panthor because I felt like just in my display collection it would just kind of attract dust so much easier. It's going to be kind of hard to keep clean on the shelf with these fuzzy Mossman. I also wonder if they might just release just a regular one, potentially, but no real way to know that. He does come with a replaceable hand, so he can have two accessories, because he does come with two accessories. His usual club that the 80s one came with, a whiplash style club, kind of a bashing mace. Then he has this mace ball thing that he wouldn't originally came with. That's because this is just a redone pig head weapon from the Rulers of the Sun figures they've been doing with the Origins parts. So they went with that for some reason. I think maybe there was like a re-release at some point where he came with a brown version of Mechanix Club. Might have been like a better use of that. More retro reference than another toy line's weapon like this mace ball. But it is pretty cool and big, just for play reasons, but I feel like for representing the toy line, might have been smarter to go with something else, but that's alright. He's got his original weapon, that's what's important. So again, smelling a lot like, you know, thyme or rosemary or oregano or something like that with the smell on it. Again, it's great having that. I mean, it is the feature of his figure, pretty much. Originally, you know, they all have like a little function. His was the flock fuzzy, so it is good to have that. He has kind of the original Beastman face. I never got to own any of the original toys, so I didn't realize the Origins Beastman actually isn't like the original Beastman figure. It doesn't have an open mouth like the original. So we have the open mouth version of Beastman's head here. It would be cool to get a Beastman with kind of his head painted up, because you know you don't have the black open mouth part with the Origins Beastman. So I like them when they look as close as possible to the original 80s, just kind of souped up a little bit, all their articulation and stuff like that. It is kind of a repurpose there, but for Origins, this is technically a new head, really. Beastman and Moss. Colored tights, and just like the cartoon version, which I am kind of collecting Origins more based off characters that were in the cartoon, so Mossman does have some episodes in the old cartoon and part of the toy line, so double win for the collection there. He does have an alternate head, which is the Lords of Power, kind of like original prototype Beastman head, just done in green, but they didn't do the flocking on it, so it's kind of like kind of a half measure there. He didn't go all the way. Can't make like a matching Lords of Power Mossman to go with like your Lords of Power Beastman all the way. So an extra head, but not really one I feel like anybody would really want to use. You just want the normal Mossman appearance, I would think. And the other strange thing he comes with is a version of Beastman's armor in yellow, so you can give him some armor. The original Mossman figure did not come with armor. It did have the flocking coating kind of as his appearance. This probably got associated with Mossman because he is a Beastman kind of redo. And there was like an old accessory pack that had like other weapons and armor. And there was a set of yellow Beastman armor, so they probably, a lot of kids end up putting it with their Mossman just because they could kind of recognize that it was almost like Beastman's doppelganger. You could put the armor pieces on the Mossman figure. Probably makes more sense if you use that alternate head, maybe as like, that this would have been a prototype style Mossman almost. It's the same accessory pack that had like the alternate Zodak armor that kind of led to the Wundar kind of look, with the He-Man figure wearing that armor and using the laser gun. So thankfully he's not too stinky. I was a little worried it was going to be like filling the room with scent. And I'm touching it here, I'm not losing any fuzz. So it is very secure. So yeah, I got the chance to get it, so I just kind of jumped on it. I kind of wonder if they won't just release like a regular figure, but this might be the only Mossman possibly. Certainly the only flocked one they might do. But dang, I really kind of want a Beastman figure with the open mouth head, just to have the more like the original for my collection here. I don't know if it's just the old pictures, but it seemed like they filed the fangs down on the original Mossman, but maybe they're just all worn out. It's a little hard to tell, and again, I never got to have any of the original figures, which is why I'm collecting Origins, to have versions of those old toys that I never got to have, and just kind of representing the old He-Man cartoon that I used to watch all the time and wish that I had the toys back then, but they were all long gone from the stores by then. It's actually a pretty nice hero edition. He's got his original features with the flocking and the scent. He's got bonus things if you were interested in doing crazier stuff. But watch that price tag. I hope they can get reduced sometime because it's a little much. That's why I kind of wonder if they won't just re-release it as a regular release. But I open all my Masters Universe Origins figures that I get here, and the vehicles. So if you like my way of doing things, I open other retro toys here, sometimes the originals, unlike these kind of remakes. And I just rip them open and show them off and show what I get for my collection. So hopefully that interests you, and I'll get to see you in the next video that way.